In today's lesson, we're going to hear about the life of Samuel, one of the last leaders of Israel called a judge, and he was also a great prophet. When the people of God came into the promised land, they carried the ark into the mountains to a place called Shiloh. They put up the tent for God, and the ark stayed there. The people settled in the hills around the ark. Two of the people, Hannah and Elkanah, lived in Ramah, not far from where the ark was kept. Each year they came to Shiloh to pray. Hannah wanted to be a mother so much, but she had no children. One year she prayed so deeply in front of God's tent that one of the priests named Eli worried. She promised God if she had a baby, she would give him to God's service. She told Eli that she was asking God to help her have a baby. Eli said, "Go in peace, and may God answer your prayer." Well, Hannah and Elkanah did have a baby, and they named him Samuel, which means someone given by God. When Samuel was old enough, Hannah kept her promise when she and Elkanah brought Samuel to Shiloh to live with Eli and learn how to care for the ark. But every year, Hannah came to see him and brought him a new coat to wear. One night, when Samuel was asleep on his mat, God called, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel thought it was Eli calling, so he went to him. But Eli had not called him, and he told Samuel to go lie down. This happened 3 times until Eli realized that God must be calling Samuel. He told Samuel, "Go back and lie down, and when you hear the voice again, say, 'Speak, God, for your servant is listening.'" God called him again, but this time Samuel did as Eli told him. God told Samuel that Eli's own sons and the people of God would lose the ark in a battle, and Eli would fall down and die when he heard the news. In the morning, Samuel told Eli what God had told him. Eventually, what God told Samuel came true. The people of God lost the ark, and Eli died. Since the ark and the priests were gone, Samuel went back to live with his mother and father. But God stayed close to Samuel, and he became the leader of all the people, called a judge. He was also a true prophet. When Samuel grew old, people came to him and asked for a king. They wanted to be like the other nations. Samuel wasn't sure what to do, so he prayed to God, and God told him to go find a king. Samuel found Saul. He anointed him king by pouring oil over his head and giving thanks to God. Saul, however, again and again, did the very things that the Lord had told him not to do. One day, God told Samuel to anoint a new king. He went to the house of the family of Jesse in Bethlehem. There he found David, Jesse's youngest son. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. When all Samuel's work was finished, he went back home to Ramah. When he died, people from all over Israel gathered to remember him with tears of sadness and thanksgiving. I wonder what part of the story you liked best. I wonder what Samuel learned from Eli. I wonder why God had Samuel anoint a new king. I wonder if David would be a different kind of king than Saul was.